I still remember that night so clearly, the night my life changed forever. When I was 5, Mom paced our living room with bags packed, her hands shaking as Dad begged, "Don't do this, we can fix it." Her voice cut back, sharp and final. "I'm done. I can't stay here anymore." Grabbing her keys, she slammed the door, boom, and bolted into the dark, leaving me clinging to my little guitar, heart racing, staring at Dad's broken face alone with him. Years raced by, Dad raised me, but then he was gone. At his funeral, Mom burst in with eyes blazing, voice ice cold. "Where's my share of the $20 million?" I froze, yet the lawyer just laughed, a loud, knowing chuckle. What did he know? What was coming? What would you do if someone walked out on your family, then crashed back for millions? Hit subscribe, let's uncover the truth. Stephen knelt down with calloused hands, gentle wiping the tears off her face, as she stood trembling in the garage where Mom's departure still stung. Managing a grin, he said, "Hey kiddo, you and me, we're a team now, got it?" She knotted her small fingers tight around the guitar he'd given her, eyes big and searching. As tools clanked, he showed her how to hold a wrench and turn a bolt. "You're tough, Jessica," he'd say, ruffling her hair tougher than any car we got here. Smiling faintly, she followed his lead. Nights rolled in fast, and Stephen fired up a cheap grill to cook burgers, juice dripping, as they sat at the wobbly kitchen table where he'd chuckle, passing her a napkin. "Wipe that face, champ, you're making a mess." Giggling, she grabbed it, feeling his steady warmth close by. Every day, Stephen kept her near, lifting her onto a stool to point at a tire. "Spin it, see if it's good, you got this." With hands messy from grease, she tried hard, pride swelling when he nodded. "Nice work, my girl." At 7, she counted cash for customers. $10, 20, handing change with a shy grin, while Stephen watched, eyes soft. "You're a pro, kiddo, keep it up." Tyler, Stephen's buddy, swung by often in a worn jacket, tossing her a candy bar. "For my top mechanic, don't tell your dad." Laughing, she tore it open and chewed fast as Tyler joked about old cars he'd fixed, prompting Stephen to mutter, "Quit hyping her up, buddy," though his grin showed he liked the fun Tyler brought. Nights grew special when Stephen pulled out his old guitar, sitting her on the couch to strum a tune with rough chords, loud and real. "Go on your turn," he'd say, guiding her fingers to the strings, plucking and missing a note before hitting one. "Right," her face glowed, and Stephen clapped. "That's my rock star right there." They'd play until her eyes drooped, then he'd scoop her up, carry her to bed, and tuck her in. Snug whispering, "Sleep tight, kiddo," with a kiss on her forehead. Safe with Dad, strong and always there, she settled in, yet sometimes lay awake, staring up, wondering why Mom walked out and what went wrong. The question heavy until Stephen's quiet way eased it. Time sped up, and 5 turned to 10, then 15, as she grew taller and tougher, hands fast with a wrench, guitar notes clean and sharp. Stephen taught her more how to stretch $1 pay bills and fix an engine. "Life ain't easy," he'd say, leaning on a car. "But you push through, you hear me." Nodding, she took every word to heart, watching him work late with sweat on his brow and tools in hand. Tyler stayed around, still silly, dropping off a soda one day. "Keep rocking it, little sis." Laughing, she sipped it and tossed back, "You bet watch me." Stephen's deep chuckle rang out, filling the gap Mom left, and making life feel solid. School brought tough moments when kids poked. "Where's your mom?" at shrugging. "Gone a long time, dunno." Her chest tightened, but she held it together, working the garage after class and playing guitar at night. Stephen saw her pain but never pushed, staying close instead, and one night handed her a cola sitting on the garage steps. "You're enough, kid, always have been." Looking at his worn, cap-tired eyes and big heart, she threw her arms around him, needing no words, as he hugged back firm and steady, letting her know he'd never leave. Daily. The garage hummed with cars rolling and engines growling and tools banging as she helped Stephen tally cash, $20 for oil, 50 for brakes, picking up his ways. Bills first, he'd tell her, sliding receipts across. Save the rest, got it. Listening, she stashed her take from small jobs, cleaning parts, running errands, while Tyler cheered. "Smart kid, you'll own this joint one day," smirking. She flicked a rag at him. "Maybe I will stay tuned." Stephen's eyes lit up with pride, his girl growing quick and strong as customers, old guys, and truckers slipped her tips saying, "You're good kid, stick with it." Yet nights stirred doubts, and she'd sit on her bed with guitar in lap strumming slow, "Why'd Mom quit us? Was it me?" until Stephen caught her once easing down beside her. "Some folks can't hang in, kid, it ain't your fault. Never was." His calm, sure voice cut the hurt, and leaning on his shoulder, she plucked a tune easing the ache. The garage kept them busy. Stephen hollered, "Grab that wrench, champ," and she'd jump in hands dirty ready while Tyler swung by tossing a tool. "Fix it fast, pro?" Grinning, she dived into the work life, feeling right with Dad, steady and real, despite the quiet sting of Mom's exit. They built a rhythm, working all day, playing music at night where Stephen grilled hot dogs, telling her, "Eat up, you need fuel." "Chomping down." She laughed when he smeared mustard on his chin, and Tyler joined, teasing. "Your dad's a mess, little sis," firing back. "Look who's talking." She loved those nights with Dad's arm around her, guitar in hand, feeling unbreakable. Stephen said, "We're a team, kid, always will be," and hugging him, she believed it trusted him. But one day Stephen coughed hard and rough, doubling over by a car, and as she ran to him, heart pounding, she knew something big was changing fast. Weeks after that rough cough, Stephen's strength faded fast as doctors shook their heads, declaring cancer had won. Sitting by his hospital bed, gripping his thin, cold fingers, she watched him fight for every breath until he forced a weak grin. "Keep going, kiddo, you're my champ." His voice, a hoarse whisper. Nodding with throat choked and eyes burning, she endured the machine's louder beeps, and just days later Stephen slipped away. His breaths stopped, leaving her crumpled by his bed heart, torn apart, alone now. The funeral hit like a punch at a small Michigan church, worn pews, filled with mechanics, neighbors, and garage folks, where she stood by the casket hands, shaking, unable to believe Dad was still silent, gone for good. Tyler, Stephen's buddy, stayed close in a stiff suit, patting her shoulder. "He was proud of you, little sis, always." Looking up with wet eyes, she managed a nod, feeling empty without him, until Brian, Stephen's lawyer, stepped up with gray hair and firm gaze. "We gotta talk," he said, voice low, "about what your dad left you." Following him, pulse racing, she wondered what Dad could have planned. In a cramped office with papers piled high and air thick with dust, Brian sat her down, sliding a folder across the desk. "Your dad was smart, real sharp with cash." Staring confused Dad in torn shirts, fixing cars, stretching bucks. She listened as Brian flipped a page. "He put money in car stocks, big names years back, and they took off paid big." Tapping the paper eyes steady, he said, "Stephen left you $20 million, all yours, Jessica." Her jaw dropped. Hands shook. $20 million from the guy who grilled cheap hot dogs, leaning back, head spinning. "You sure he never said a thing?" She heard Brian's nod and small grin. "That was Stephen, quiet. Clever, always thinking of you." Tyler stepped in, hearing it, gripping her arm. "He believed in you, kid, wanted you set." Stunned, unable to wrap her head around it, Dad's words rang, "Push through, kiddo." But this was crazy a fortune from the man who taught her to save a dime. Her chest tightened with pride, clashing against pain, wishing he'd shared this, wishing he was here. As Brian continued calmly, "It's in a trust, locked tight, all set with the house and some savings, yours too." Barely hearing eyes stuck on the folder's numbers, signatures, and Dad's steady hand, she felt Tyler squeeze her shoulder. "You good little sis, this is huge." Swallowing hard, she managed. "Yeah, just how'd he pull this off?" Brian leaned in, hard work, smart moves, and love. "That's how he built this for you." The shock sat heavy, her mind racing with images of Dad late at night, checking papers, never boasting while she'd seen him toil in the garage, laugh over meals and hold her close. Now this, gripping the chair, heart pounding, grateful, lost, mad he was gone. She leaned on Tyler's quiet, solid presence to steady her. Brian pulled another sheet. More to sign. But it's ironclad, no one's touching this. And she nodded slowly, sensing Dad's strength in this gift, his push to keep her tough. But then noise at the church door broke through, heads turned, voices buzzed, and glancing back, she saw a woman with wild hair and sharp eyes charging in, late, prompting Tyler to tense and mutter, "Trouble's coming, kid, brace yourself." It was Amanda, her mother, back after years with no call or note shoving through the crowd, heels clicking face set, not even stopping at the casket. Locking eyes on her, Amanda's voice boomed. "I heard about the money, where's my cut?" Freezing breath caught Mom here now for cash. She watched Brian raise a brow and lean back. "Sit down, ma'am. We'll talk." Amanda crossed her arms, shooting back. "He was my husband, I got rights." Standing with fists clenched, heart racing. Dad just gone, and this Jessica felt Tyler edge closer. "Easy, little sis, we got this." Brian flipped the folder, cool and firm. "Let's check the will. Then we'll see." Staring at Amanda, anger surged, that slammed door flashing back as she wondered what Mom wanted and why now, while Brian's eyes met hers with a hint of a grin, something big was brewing. The church hummed with whispers as Amanda stood tall, arms crossed, her glare, slicing through the crowd and pointing at Jessica. Voice sharp, "I'm not leaving till I get my share, you hear me?" Jessica stood frozen with fists clenched, heart pounding, Dad's casket still in sight, and Mom here for money, feeling the stares of mechanics and neighbors, her chest-tight anger surging at Mom's audacity. Brian Stevens' lawyer kept his cool, leaning back in his chair. "Calm down, ma'am, the will's clear," but Amanda fired back. "Clear. I was his wife, that cash is mine." Tyler Stevens' buddy slid closer, muttering, "Stay steady, little sis. Don't let her rattle you and Randy." Her uncle stormed in with face red and boots thumping, shouting, "Stephen owed me too from a deal gone sour." Spinning around, stunned by another claim, Jessica watched Brian raise a hand, voice firm, one at a time. Folks will sort this as Amanda and Randy pressed forward, voices overlapping, demanding answers, money and rights, leaving her gripping the chair, mind reeling, Dad's gift, his trust already under fire. Pacing, Amanda jabbed a finger at Jessica. "I raised you, kid. I deserve half." Tightening her jaw. Raised her. Mom bolted years ago, left her crying. Jessica shook as Randy stepped up. Voice booming, "I lent Stephen cash, never got it back. That's my cut." Pulse racing. Dad worked his hands raw, and now this. She heard Brian flip through papers, unfazed. "The will name's Jessica. Not you two, hold on." Amanda laughed, sharp and bitter. "Her. She's got no claim I'm family. Balling her fists, family. Where was Mom when Dad taught her to survive?" Jessica leaned on Tyler's whisper. "Breathe, kid," they're desperate, and nodded, focusing on Dad's grin, his lessons flashing through her head. Brian held up a sheet. Stephen signed this, no doubt all to her, but Randy snorted, face flushing. "Nonsense. He owed me, check his debts," anger flaring. Dad never mentioned debts. Jessica felt the crowd fall silent, eyes darting between Amanda, Randy, and her, until a mechanic muttered, "This ain't right." Stephen was straight, sparking a flicker of hope, as Dad's friends trusted him. Amanda turned on Brian. "You hiding something, lawyer, fix this," but he didn't flinch, pushing his glasses up. "No tricks, ma'am, just the will." Heart thumping, Jessica saw Amanda's eyes burn, and Randy's hands wave wildly, roaring, "I'll sue, you'll see that's my money." Freezing sue. Take Dad's gift, her stomach twisted. Doubt creeping. Could they pull it off until Tyler gripped her arm? "They got nothing, little sis. Stay tough." Nodding, she clung to his words. Dad built this for her right, as Brian stood, voice steady. "Let's move this to my office, better there." Leaving the church with the crowd trailing and whispers buzzing, Jessica walked with legs heavy, mind racing, Dad's casket behind, chaos ahead. In Brian's cluttered office with creaky chairs, Amanda sat, arms crossed, spitting, $20 million, I want my half now. Randy leaned in, barking, "Me too, I ain't walking away empty," standing back, hands trembling, $20 million. Dad's plan now a war zone. Jessica bit her lip. Fury rising. Wright's mom ran off, left them cold. Randy pointed at her. Think you're special. Huh? Stephen owed me big, snapping back voice. Shaky dad earned this, not you. She faced Randy's harsh laugh. Earned I carried him, kid chest tightening lies. Dad was honest, she saw Tyler, step up, back off man. Stephen was clean. Brian nodded, holding a tape. Stephen recorded, this let's watch. Pulse pounding, what did Dad say? She stared as Brian hit play, and a screen flickered with Stephen's tired but firm face. My girl gets it all, he said, voice clear. House cash $20 million? No one else. Eyes stinging Dad's voice. His love right there. Jessica heard Amanda scoff. That's fake. He wasn't right in the head. And Randy yell, garbage I'm owed. Shaking with anger, blazing Dad's words, his trust attacked again. She watched Brian stop the tape. Voice calm. It's legal. Airtight done. Amanda jumped up, shouting, I'll fight this. Get my own lawyer, you'll see. And Randy nodded, glaring. Same here, this ain't over heart-racing fight. Dad's wish, her mind spun with grief. Rage and fear colliding until Tyler whispered, they're bluffing, kid, hold on. Nodding, clutching the chair, Dad trusted her. Built this for her. Jessica felt Brian's calm eyes. This is yours, Jessica. No one's taking it. Swallowing hard, she sensed Dad's strength as Amanda's cold stare hit mean and hard, the room crackling with shouts, claims, and chaos erupting. Trouble was here, and it was just the start. In Brian's office, thick air pulsed as Amanda slammed the desk, roaring, I'll sue, you won't keep it all. Standing firm, heart pounding and eyes blazing, Dad's will insulted before her. Jessica saw Randy, her uncle, jump in with face flushed. Yeah, I'm not backing down either. Brian Stevens' lawyer stayed calm, with a smirk tugging his lips. Want to sue, go ahead, but listen up. Shoving a stack of papers across signatures, stamps. Stevens' video rock-solid proof. Jessica's hands shook, eyeing the documents Dad planned. This protected her to the end. Tyler Stevens' buddy gripped her shoulder, whispering, They're done, little sis. Stay strong. As Amanda glared, snapping, You think you've won, huh? This ain't over. Clenching her fists, fury rising enough she wouldn't let them trash Dad. She watched Brian hit play on the video again. Stephen's steady voice filling the room. My girl gets it all, no one else. Eyes stinging. Dad trusted her now. Her turn to hold on. Jessica saw Amanda go quiet. Face pale, eyes still sharp. Brian's voice rang. Sure, your call now, Jessica. It's all yours. Taking a deep breath, she stood taller. Dad's legacy wasn't just cash. It was duty. Amanda leaned forward, voice low and venomous. You're nothing without me, kid, I made you. Tightening her jaw made her mom left her at 5, never looked back. Jessica heard Randy bark. Stephen screwed me, that money's mine. Shooting back, voice steady, Dad built this, not you back off. She faced Brian's raised hand. Enough, the will's ironclad. Sliding a contract her way, sign here, Jessica. It's yours to protect. He watched her grab the pen, hand steady, Dad's voice echoing, pushing her on. Amanda scoffed. Standing, I've got my own lawyer, you'll regret this. And Randy nodded, storming toward the door. We'll see you in court, pulse racing court. Her mind spun, but Brian's calm eyes held her. They got no case. Trust me. Tyler squeezed her arm. You're good, kid. Stephen knew what he was doing. Nodding, feeling Dad's strength, Jessica faced Amanda's glare, burning cold and fierce. As the room cleared, Randy gone. Amanda trailing out, muttering threats. Jessica sank into a chair, head pounding Dad's gift safe. But the fight not over. Brian gathered papers. They'll try, but this is locked tight. And she looked up, voice soft. Why'd Dad hide it all that money? Leaning back, he said. Didn't want it changing, you wanted you tough like him. Chest aching, Dad's lessons, his hugs now, this fortune. She leaned on Tyler, sitting beside her. He'd be proud, little sis you're holding up. Managing a small smile, Tyler always there like Dad. She took the key, Brian handed her. The house is yours. Start there, its weight heavy in her palm. Dad's home, her anchor. Days later, walking Michigan's dusty, familiar streets. Jessica passed the garage tools, still Dad's laugh gone, when a skinny girl caught her eye guitar slung over her shoulder, sitting on a curb, with slumped shoulders and guarded eyes familiar to her own at 5. Pausing, "Hey," she called. Stepping closer, the girl looked up. "What smiling nice guitar you play?" Jessica sat beside her when the girl shrugged. "Yes, asking, 'I'm Jessica, what's your name?'" She heard a hesitant Nicole. "Just Nicole." Nodding got a place to crash. Nicole's eyes dropped. Not really been rough. Heart twisting, seeing herself lost and alone. Jessica stood. "Come with me, Nicole. Let's get food." At a diner with burgers, fries, and ketchup smearing the table. Nicole, a scrappy 15-year-old, spilled her story, parents gone bouncing foster homes, music, her only escape, and talked fast of dreams to sing and write songs. Smiling, "Dad taught me guitar, said it fixes the soul." Jessica saw Nicole grin shyly. "He sounds cool." Nodding, he was her mind clicked, Dad's money, his trust could do more than sit. Asking, "You ever want a place to play?" She saw Nicole's eyes light for real. Nodding for real. Jessica felt a spark. Back at the house with creaky floors and Dad's old chair, Jessica sat thinking $20 million too big, but Dad wanted it to matter. Calling Brian. "Can we start something like a music place for kids?" She heard him chuckle. "Smart move, your dad'd love it. Hanging up heart racing. Dad's legacy alive through kids like Nicole." She grabbed his guitar, strummed a chord, feeling him guide her. When Nicole dropped by next day, "You serious about that music thing?" Jessica grinned. "Dead serious, let's make it happen." Though the fight with Amanda and Randy wasn't done, Jessica had a plan. Dad's gift would grow not just for her, but for others. Standing in Dad's old house, wooden floors, creaking faint oil scent lingering, Jessica held Stephen's guitar heart, heavy but sure, after promising Nicole a music center, using the $20 million to help kids like she once was lost searching. Amanda and Randy's threats to sue still loomed outside, but fearless now she swung the door open, sunlight pouring in as Tyler stepped up with his familiar grin. "Ready for the big leagues, little sis?" Nodding eyes bright. "You bet, just watch me." Her phone buzzed with Brian, Stephen's lawyer. "Paperwork's done, you green light this? We start building." Taking a deep breath, feeling Dad beside her, his voice echoing, "Keep going, kiddo." She saw Nicole peek in from the gate, guitar slung over her shoulder, voice eager. "You really doing that music place for real? Laughing dead? Real Nicole, we're going big." Jessica stepped into the yard, eyeing the empty lot next door, once Dad's parking spot, now a future for kids to dream and sing. Amanda might return. But Jessica had chosen Dad's legacy wasn't for fighting, it was for sharing. Texting. "Brian, let's do this." She swore. Dad smiled, somewhere the center, her answer to the past. Weeks later, Brian called court, threw out Amanda and Randy's case. "No grounds, it's over," and Jessica exhaled, gripping the phone. Dad's will standing firm, $20 million hers alone. Sitting on the porch with guitar in lap, feeling lighter, free, she caught a soda. Tyler tossed. "Told you, little sis, they had nothing." Grinning. "Yeah, Dad had it locked." She saw Nicole bound up, eyes wide. "Heard you won, that's dope." Nodding with pride, swelling Dad's plan safe. She asked Nicole, "You practicing for that center, strumming an air guitar?" "Every day, boss." Nicole sparked Jessica's laugh. "Good, we open soon." The lot transformed fast. Bulldozers roared, beams rose, walls took shape, as Jessica worked alongside builders, hammer in hand, sweat mixing with hope. Tyler hauled lumber, teasing, "You're tougher than Stephen, kid," and she flicked sawdust at him, "Keep up, slacker." Nicole helped paint bright blues and yellows, muttering lyrics under her breath, while Brian stopped by with papers signed, "It's yours, Jessica Stephen's dream." Nodding, throat tight, Dad's garage, his stage, this hers. The center took form, with stages, sound rooms, and guitars lined up, ready for kids like Nicole, kids like her. One morning, Jessica found a note taped to the gate. No stamp, messy scrawl. "Meet me, please," signed Amanda. Stomach twisting mom again, she thought of Dad's calm strength and agreed. Amanda showed up at the half-built center, hair, flat eyes, tired. Not the firebrand from the church, and Jessica led her inside wood shavings, crunching paint cans stacked, pointing to a stage. "This is Dad's legacy, not just money." Amanda's eyes flicked around, voice low. "You don't need me, do you?" Meeting her gaze steadily. "You left us, Mom. I'm choosing who needs me." Jessica saw Amanda flinch, look away with no fight, left nod, and walk out, her shadow fading down the street. Exhaling closure, not revenge. She felt Dad would have nodded too. The center opened with lights blazing and kids streaming in, Jessica standing at the door, welcoming as guitars strummed and laughter echoed. Nicole, now bolder, grabbed a mic. This one's for Jessica, playing her first song. Raw but fierce, sparking cheers from the crowd. Tyler whooping and Brian clapping, eyes stinging. Jessica saw Dad in every note, every smile, and stepped outside, looking up at sharp stars in Michigan's cool air. "Thanks, Dad," she whispered, feeling him there, proud. Back inside, music roared, kids jamming, dreams alive and joining Nicole. She strummed a chord heart, full the past, soft at the edges. Months passed, the center thriving as a hub for strays, dreamers, kids like her at 5, where Jessica mentored teaching chords and listening to stories. Nicole's songs sharpened her grin, wider. "Gonna be a star, watch me," laughing, "I'm watching kid." Jessica saw Tyler help run classes. "Your boss now, little sis," shoving him. Always was, she read Brian's updates, trust secure center funded for years. Amanda never returned. Rumors said she'd left town, Randy too, and Jessica didn't care. Her family was here in the music, the kids. Hanging Dad's guitar on the stage wall, a quiet nod to his love. She sat one night on the porch, with creaky boards and same stars strumming. Thinking of that night, Mom left 5 years old, heartbroken. Now whole Dad's lessons, his gift, her choice. She smiled as the center's lights glowed next door, kids laughing, music spilling out. Standing, walking to the stage where Nicole waved, "Play one, boss," she grabbed a guitar, hit a chord, the crowd roaring. This was home. Not walls, not cash, but love built note by note. Dad's voice whispering, "You did it, kiddo." Playing on his legacy lived hers too.